I want to talk about your company. So Palm Tree Properties is the name of Eric's company. I'm assuming it's palm trees because we're in San Diego and in California. Is there anything special I should know about the name other than that?
You know, it was surprising that the name wasn't taken. Pretty much there's no original names left for real estate companies, so I was very enthused that this one was available. You know, coming from the commercial real estate world, all of the companies are people's last names, or they're trying to have sort of this, you know, intense, intimidating presence. And my style of business is much more friendly and cooperative. And, you know, I just like to do business with people I like doing business with, and we can achieve tons of success without having to bully anyone. So
Do the thing.
And so I felt that Palm Tree it has like an optimistic tone to it.
Everyone loves palm trees.
Yes.
Pina coladas, margs, dude.
It's San Diego lifestyle. I think it fits for where we're at. But no, so Palm Tree Properties started in 2021.
You started in 2021.
Started in 2021. So we started acquiring assets in 2020. And as our own personal rental portfolio grew, at some point we decided we need to create a property management company so that we can have like a more professional way of running our business. Plus, being, you know, a younger person in the rental property business, I would much prefer for the tenant to think of me as the property manager than as the owner, because as you probably know, having tenants, if when they know you're the owner, all of a sudden they want to be your best friend. And
Yeah,
you know,
so Palm Tree came about because you guys were acquiring so many properties and your portfolio was growing. So you said, hey, let's manage these ourselves. I'd rather have my tenants reaching out to this other entity as opposed to me personally. Because were you self-managing even throughout?
Yeah, so we've always self-managed, and I'm a big advocate if you're going to be a real estate entrepreneur to self-manage, because it really gives you a intimate understanding of all of the details of your property. But yeah, at a certain point, you know, for a tenant to just have my cell phone number and call me willy-nilly is not a system that's going to work once you get a larger number of units. So we started the company just to manage our own properties.
Yep.
And then I would talk to my brokerage clients about the type of results we were getting, and they pretty much forced us to take on their properties for management as well, because they said, you know, if you're getting those kind of rents and these kind of deals, I want that too. So we had like an organic bump in taking on third-party clients with just some of my existing brokerage clients. And then in 2023, my wife and I had our first child.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so I had been thinking about going off on my own for some time, but having kids really can be a catalyst to take action. So decided to leave my senior role at SVN and go out on my own. At that point, our management business had developed all of these processes and systems that I saw it as the best way to generate more cash flow. What was to grow the management portion of the business. Plus,
so right now, Palm Tree, are you guys acting as a brokerage? Are you representing clients on the buy and sell side?
Yeah, so Palm Tree Properties it's a property management company. It's also a real estate brokerage company. We do residential and we do commercial real estate. I would say we have more of a focus on residential when it comes to management. On brokerage, we handle both.
And how many agents do you have right now?
So we have 5 agents, including myself. My wife is the broker of record, but she doesn't transact. She works mostly as director of property management. But we're small, and I like it that way. I was never fond of these companies that hire like 100 people, you know, and each person closes 2 deals a year and no one knows each other. I mean, I would much prefer to have a small group of people where everyone is the top producer. I think it's a better energy. And you know, like I said before, we're all going to make lots of money doing this. I want to cultivate an experience where I'm around people I like working with.
Yeah, I love that. Navy SEALs over an Army.
Yeah.
That's what we are. So before my last company, I've told the story many times, I had 108 W-2 employees. So I had 12 full-time crews, anywhere from 3 to 5 guys. I had a bunch of guys who only sat inspections. I had a bunch of guys who only did site surveys. I had over 20 people in my office. I had a lot of people, and I thought that was the way. I learned over time that that's not always the way. I think there was some ego involved in that, and I had to take my lumps. So now, ADU pals, Eric, we are Navy SEALs over an Army, because I think you're right. I think it's a culture. I think it's an experience. It becomes like a little family. It's obviously not your family, but it becomes very tight and you can invest more when there's less mouths to feed. Like you can give more time if I have 2, 3, 4 children as opposed to if I had 25 kids in my house.
And I would say that our brokerage operates a little bit differently. Is that, I mean, one of the things I say is I'm like, this is not a democracy. This is like a very rank and file type of system, and that all of the agents who work at Palm Tree Properties, we are basically in a business partnership together, where I am like intimately involved in all of the aspects.
Do you do coaching and training and that kind of stuff?
It's really like a mandatory mentorship type of relationship that I invest a lot in the people that we're working with, and so for that reason I can't take on tons of people just because you only have so much time.
Right, and then you're also transacting yourself.
I am transacting myself, however, I'm trying to get out of that, but leads keep coming in after doing this for 10 years. But if it was up to me, I would just spend the majority of my time in like a managerial role of the brokerage and hand out deals to the agents who work there. But it's a never-evolving process.
You're going to get there, bro. All right, so 1, 2 early wins and losses. We got into that. Making it big, $1 million per year in commission. We handled that. Getting into rental property investing. Do you want to chat about that?
Yeah. So like I said, we started buying properties in 2020. We, by no means were experts. I would say we have a good tolerance for risk. And for that reason, we just started hopping into deals. And at that time, it was just like the perfect wave to ride. It's the first property we bought went up 50% in value in 18 months.
Hitting home runs. This is so easy.
The second property that we bought for $460, sold it 9 months later for $705. And so there was a lot of big pops in equity in the beginning that allowed us to make that initial jump into buying commercial properties and buying apartment buildings and sort of doing more advanced deals. But
we were running in a bull market for sure.
Yeah, and I guess I would just say I'm not a genius. My timing was impeccable.
That's awesome, man. So you moved that into, essentially you just scaled up.
Yeah.
So you got some wins and you moved that equity into larger deals.
Yeah. So the first strictly investment property that we bought was a 4-bedroom in La Mesa that we bought for $460, put 10% down, did some renovations, was into it for less than $100,000, sold it, got $265 from that. Bought a commercial retail property in Lemon Grove with $85,000.
Are you mostly operating in East County even now?
We're all over the place. For my personal investments, it has to be within 15 minutes driving of my house for me to consider it, just because we do self-manage. But in terms of our property management company, we have units as north as Oceanside and south as Chula Vista.
And are you only operating Palm Tree as a property management company in San Diego?
Yeah, no, we're only. I got a call today for a guy who had a property up in Anaheim. I just said I don't think I'm going to be the best fit for you. So no, we're exclusive to San Diego. We're only managing residential properties as far as our third-party customers go, and we're really only taking on clients that we feel are like good landlords, like people who have nice properties and like to keep them nice and like to treat the tenants correctly. We turn down a fair amount of business of people who just do not run the property the way that we would want to run them.